So new tax bills, as of right now, are shocking millions of Americans, making many furious with what's going on within the state legislation. Every single state has certain taxes that you pay, some that are higher than others, and some that people think are absolutely ridiculous, like a sleep tax. Yeah, if you want a good sleep, you want a good night's sleep, the state of Maryland is now potentially going to charge you more to get a good night's sleep. And I'll explain more on that in just a moment. The state of Washington is increasing their gas tax. I'll talk about that in a minute as well. And we're hearing that the state of Florida is pushing for the end of property taxes. But some legislators say that no, we need to give those tax breaks to tourists, not our residents. Right now, there's a lot of talks going on. I want to break down what's happening and what we are likely to see in the very near future for many, many states. So I'll break all this down in just a moment, explain what is going on and how you will likely be impacted very soon. But before I do, all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So what are some of these new tax bills that are shocking millions of Americans? Well, let me show you this one right here. I thought this one was absolutely ridiculous, but this also is something that we are about to see in several other states as well. Look at this. It says a sleep tax aims to reduce environmental waste from mattresses in Maryland. Okay, so what exactly are they talking about here? Well, let's discuss this. It says right here, it's billed as the statewide initiative to reduce environmental waste. Maryland's landfills are filling up, and bulky items like mattresses take up a lot of space, not to mention the risk of fire and contamination to the water and soil. And recycling mattresses is labor intensive and expensive, so not many local governments have programs in place to do it. Okay, here's the thing you need to understand. This is just the start. Mattresses. Now, many states don't have programs to get rid of mattresses, couches, right? Things like washers and dryers, maybe a dishwasher, or even a fridge or freezer, right? Some of these larger items. Some also don't have a way to get rid of a hot water heater. Okay, so if you ever have to replace that, guess what? It's on you. Well, now what they're saying is, instead of just asking people that every time they are going to, come and provide a mattress or a couch or a refrigerator or a washer and dryer, instead of sending it to the landfill and making people pay every time they do it, what if we just tax people when they buy a new item? Because then we know they are likely going to get rid of their old item, right? So instead of saying, okay, we're just going to wait till people come to the landfill, they're going to tax you when you purchase the new item. That's why they're calling this the sleep tax. Because if you want a good night's sleep and you're going to go get a new mattress, guess what? You're going to pay a tax for it. This is just the start, because then we're going to see mattresses taxed, couches taxed. You already see it with batteries. In the state of Washington, we pay I think it's like a core tax for you get a car battery. Yeah, you have to pay a tax for it. Yeah, it's a huge issue, right? Same thing goes for, I think it's calipers or rotors if you want to change your brakes. Yeah, you have to pay an additional fee for that. It's crazy, but that's what we've come to. So just understand right now, many states are looking at things very similar to this, but it's the state of Maryland that is calling this the sleep tax in order to try to bring in some additional money. I want to show you this one as well, though. I know a lot of people are upset that why are we still talking about taxes when the Trump administration is imposing tariffs, which according to the White House could bring in about $6 trillion. $6 trillion in tariff revenue could actually eliminate taxes on the federal level, not on the state level. That's the big difference. States are likely still going to continue charging you taxes. You are still going to pay for this. But on a federal level, that's what the Trump administration wants to move towards, is tariffs, not taxes. Look at what Washington State's already doing. Washington State Senate okayed on Saturday a gas tax hike and a budget built on billions of new taxes. Says senators want to raise the tax 6 cents per gallon. The House has a 9-cent tax that could be voted on next week. Yeah. Here in Washington State, we are about to pay more for gas taxes. So that means the price of gasoline for every single gallon is going to go up. This is one of the reasons why I said this before. Electric cars, I understand everybody wanted electric cars, but I said no, electric cars are not really the thing. Hybrid is the way you should go. Hybrid. Electric, you're seeing a lot of issues right now. Hybrid, that's the way to go because you spend less in gas, but at the same time, you don't have to focus on electricity, right? So again, we'll see what happens, but that is what we know as of today. Here's another one. This is another big one. Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, he's proposing eliminating property taxes in Florida. And I want to read you what he had to say as well. It said, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday argued Floridians aren't clamoring for a sales tax cut as House Speaker Daniel Perez proposed last week, and said they would prefer reducing homeowners' property taxes. It says right here, DeSantis said during an appearance at the industry group, Florida Realtors in Orlando, that the House sales tax proposal would be swapped for a one-time tax break for homesteaded property owners. He said that that would serve as an opening salvo before asking voters in November of 2026 to eliminate property taxes or increase the homestead exemption. This is what he had to say. Ron DeSantis said, people, for one, are not clamoring for sales tax relief. They're clamoring for property tax relief. There's no property tax in that House proposal, but it also allows sales tax relief for foreigners. It allows sales tax relief for visitors and part-time residents. Yeah. This has many locals extremely upset that why are the residents of the state not getting the same relief as tourists and visitors? Again, that's a problem. I want to read you something though. What we are facing in many counties across the United States are increases. Millions of people are furious. The American people are somewhat upset that everybody was talking about lowering the cost of living. How does increasing taxes lower the cost of living? In some cases it doesn't. But look at this. Look what LA County is doing. It says LA County increases sales tax to 9.75% starting on April 1st. That means as of tomorrow, it goes to 9.75%. That's not a huge increase though. Currently, the sales tax in LA County is 9.5%, but it's going to go up by 0.25% in just one day. Now, here I want to show you a couple other things. It says the cities of Palmdale and Lancaster will see their rates go up from 10.25% to 11.25%. That's the highest rate in the entire county. You can see right here, sales tax for the city of Long Beach will be 10.5%, while Riverside and Orange counties will see a new sales tax rate set at 7.75%. Ventura County will see the lowest tax rate compared to other Southern California counties at 7.25%. Yeah. The LA area in California is trying to increase sales tax to bring in more revenue to the state. They bring more revenue to those counties and cities. Guess what? This is going to happen all over the United States. As we see more and more wildfires, tornadoes, hurricanes, you're going to see more of these counties raise their sales tax. Okay, raise their tax rates in order to pay for those unexpected events. Now, I'm not here to tell you that, hey, move out of your city, move somewhere else where there's no sales tax. Eventually, you're going to get hit. Whether you get hit with a state tax, county tax, a sales tax, an excise tax, right? Food tax, whether you get taxed because you're sleeping on a new mattress that you had to throw away the old one. Again, this is a huge issue. I said this before. Just wait, because you will be nickel and dime to death. You're not going to see these large increases. What you're going to see is the local city and the county and the state, they're going to take a little bit from you here. They're going to take $20 there, $50 there, $75 there, $200 there. In the end, you're going to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars more every single year, but you may not even realize it. So I will leave you with that, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.